Ninja Senki DX is a rare breed of modern retro games wherein it doesn't only look pretty close to an old 8-bit title, it actually plays like one too. In particular, it reminds me a lot of some Game Boy games like Kirby's Dream Land, Super Mario Land 2, and Dr. Wily's Revenge. The low resolution, square aspect ratio, and large sprites make me feel like this game would have felt right at home back in 1992. Aside from the obviously brilliant color palette, that is. The controls are simple enough and only consist of walking in two directions and performing two actions, jumping and shooting. And Hayate will need all of his jumping and shooting ninja skills to avenge his beloved, Kinuhime, who has been murdered by the evil ninja Shiro. On a quest for revenge, Hayate must travel through rooftops, treetops, deep caverns, and haunted mausoleums. It's a classic, lighthearted setup that 2D side-scrollers of the 90s were known for. I was pretty disappointed at first, as getting through the first stage was completely effortless, and I was worried that the game would be a simple walk in the park as a whole. But from the second stage and onwards, Ninja Senki was definitely not pulling any more punches. Many areas are deliberately presented to trick the player, and only a careful approach or quick reflexes can save you from a sudden death trap. Even if it seems like trial and error at times, the game is short enough and checkpoints are frequent enough that this never becomes a big problem. Is it a little annoying? At times, yes. For example, it took quite a while for me to master the timing for skipping across water. But these moments are not only few and far between, they're also passed by quickly as the player moves on to the next challenging obstacle. Outside of the main game and an unlockable boss rush mode, there isn't a whole lot of content. The hardcore difficulty has no change from the normal mode, aside from removing the ability to save your game, meaning that it has to be completed in one sitting, and subtracting from your total score for every continue after a game over. These little limitations put the game more in line with a traditional side-scroller, but it's still the same exact game over again. There's also a list of challenges for each level that task the player with collecting every coin, defeating every enemy, completing a level quickly, and completing a level without getting hit once. Again though, it's using the same levels that have already been played through before. The big standout in additional content though is Ronin mode, which replaces the ninja Hayate with the samurai Musashi. Instead of shurikens, Musashi brandishes his katana for a more melee-focused onslaught, and he can also deflect certain projectiles. It's pretty neat, and it's an alternative way to play the game. Although Ninja Senki definitely was not balanced for Ronin mode, and there are a lot of aggravating sections that would have been much easier with a ranged attack. But I'm glad it's included, and it's a fun challenge to try out. My first playthrough of Ninja Senki DX went on for about an hour, and after about 4 hours, which included completing Ronin mode, getting a gold medal on the boss rush, and getting the best ending on hardcore mode, I about had my fill. I feel like a separate challenge mode with unique stages, similar to New Super Mario Bros. U, could have gone a long way to lengthening the game's value. And it's also really stupid that the same boss is reused 3 times. That being said though, for as much fun as it is, and for only $5, I really cannot complain much. Anyone who's looking for a challenging, action-packed 2D side-scroller with old-school vibes for only $5 will have a really hard time finding anything much better than Ninja Senki DX. I also recommend trying out the original Ninja Senki from Windows PC, which can be downloaded for free from ninjasenki.com. It has some little differences here and there, and it's cool to see the game's original iteration. Thanks for watching my review of Ninja Senki DX. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe.